The Galactic Transit Authority's sleek headquarters orbited the neutral moon of Kepler 442c, its crystalline spires reflecting the light of 3 distant suns. Within the main conference hall, Ambassador Vel of the Centauri Coalition drummed, his 6 fingers impatiently against the polished table. The emergency session had been called for the 3rd time this cycle, and the reason remained painfully consistent. "Another human vessel has violated standard approach vectors," announced Director Kess, her blue-scaled face betraying centuries of diplomatic fatigue. The cargo ship Lucky Strike performed what their captain called a barrel roll while docking at Station Omega 7. They claimed it was to test the artificial gravity generators. A collective groan rippled through the assembly of various alien representatives. The Rigelian delegate, a being of pure energy contained within a shimmering force field, pulsed an annoyed shade of crimson. "This marks the 47th incident this standard year. My people are considering relocating their trade routes entirely." Ambassador Vel leaned forward, his multiple eyes focusing intently on the holographic display showing the human ship's erratic flight path. The vessel had indeed performed an unnecessary aerobatic maneuver while approaching the station, narrowly, missing a vegan transport vessel carrying delicate crystalline specimens. The humans defend their actions by claiming their pilots need to maintain edge. Director Kess continued, pulling up another file. "Last week, Captain Blake of the merchant vessel, Starbound, used a black hole's gravity well to perform what he termed a slingshot surprise during a routine supply run. He arrived at his destination 3 days early and promptly challenged the local dock workers to a drinking contest. The Arcturian representative, a tall, willowy being with translucent skin, spoke in harmonious tones. Our meditation ships require precise flight corridors for spiritual journeys. The humans consistently disrupt our sacred pathways with their creative piloting techniques." "Creative is one word for it," muttered the delegate from Proxima Minor, adjusting her breathing apparatus. "Reckless endangerment is another." Director Kess activated another hologram, this one showing a small human fighter craft called Hot Rod, threading the needle between 2 massive space whales in the nebula of whispers. The pilot claimed he was just saying hello to the locals. Ambassador Vel had been studying human behavior for decades, ever since their species had burst onto the galactic scene with the subtlety of a supernova. Unlike most spacefaring civilizations that spent millennia developing cautious, methodical approaches to interstellar travel, humans had apparently decided that space was simply another environment to conquer through sheer audacity. "What troubles me most," Vel began, his voice carrying the weight of experience, "is that they are remarkably effective. Their casualty rates should be astronomical given their methods, yet somehow they consistently achieve their objectives. The Rigelian energy, being flickered in agreement. Our mathematical models suggest their approach vectors should result in catastrophic failures 93% of the time. Instead, they seem to thrive on what they call calculated risks." Director Kess pulled up the incident reports. Captain Mills of the exploration vessel Wildcard discovered a new hyperspace route by flying directly through an unstable wormhole. When questioned, he stated that the navigation computer had labeled it as probably dangerous, which he interpreted as worth investigating. "They have turned space travel into an extreme sport," observed the Arcturian delegate. "Our ancestors spent eons learning to harmonize with cosmic forces. Humans simply grab cosmic forces by the collar and demand cooperation." Ambassador Vel stood and walked to the great viewing window, gazing out at the orderly traffic patterns maintained by every civilized species. Vessels moved in precise formations, following established routes that had been calculated and recalculated for optimal safety and efficiency. Then he spotted it, a small human courier ship blazing through the traffic pattern like a comet, its pilot apparently treating the space lanes like suggestions rather than regulations. "The question before us," Vel said, turning back to the assembly, "is whether to continue attempting to regulate human spaceflight or to simply designate separate traffic corridors for their vessels." "Segregation seems extreme," Director Kess replied, though her tone suggested she had considered the option. The delegate from the Tau Ceti system, a crystalline being who communicated through color shifts, flashed a pattern indicating deep concern. Through the translation device, her words emerged. My people have been observing human pilots closely. They possess an intuitive understanding of three-dimensional space that exceeds our computer modeling. Perhaps their methods appear reckless, because they operate on principles we do not fully comprehend. Ambassador Vell nodded thoughtfully. He had reached a similar conclusion during his studies. Humans seem to possess an almost supernatural ability to navigate impossible situations through a combination of quick thinking, spatial awareness, and what they cheerfully referred to as winging it. I propose a different approach, Vell announced. Rather than fighting human piloting techniques, perhaps we should study them. Their success rate, while achieved through unconventional means, speaks to abilities we might benefit from understanding. Director Kess looked skeptical. You're suggesting we learn from the species that uses asteroid fields as obstacle courses. The same species that has established successful trade routes through regions we considered impossible to navigate, Vell countered. Their ship Momentum regularly delivers supplies to the research station in the Maelstrom sector, a region our own pilots declared permanently inaccessible. The assembly fell silent as they contemplated this perspective. The humans were indeed accomplishing feats that other species had deemed impossible, albeit through methods that defied conventional wisdom. The Rigelian delegate pulsed a cautious yellow. Perhaps a pilot exchange program? Our navigators could learn human techniques while teaching them proper space traffic protocols. An intriguing proposal, mused the Arcturian representative, though I fear what human pilots might do with our harmonic resonance drives. Ambassador Vell smiled, an expression that looked unsettling on his alien features but conveyed genuine amusement. Given their track record, they would probably discover new applications we never imagined. As the session concluded, the delegates agreed to establish a joint commission to study human piloting techniques. Outside the station windows, another human vessel approached, this one performing what appeared to be a victory lap around the communications array, while broadcasting music across all frequencies. Perhaps it was time to stop being tired of human spacecraft and start learning from them instead.